at the end, and they're saying the whole thing with Biden where they're like, the party is bigger than the guy, right? They go, it's more important that the party wins versus the guy wins, which is why they're like thinking about removing him, even though Biden just said, he goes, I ain't going anywhere.
That's the new news.
Yeah, that just happened right now. He goes, I'm not going anywhere. Now again,
and we've talked about me and JJ kind of said our thoughts right after it, but now we've had time to see the like reaction from everyone, which is more usually what we comment on, the reaction of what happened.
Sure. And I mean, a lot of people are saying, and it makes sense where, because they're like, they brought in Hunter Biden, like everyone's saying now, like Hunter Biden is like at the White House and he's
top tier advisor,
but he's basically advising his dad, like, you can't give in, you cannot drop out. And you're like, yeah, because his business is access to the president. And
you know like, what that is? It's also like a reverse action movie. He's like, basically they're kind of like, normally the guy's like, I'm getting too old for this shit. Biden's there like in a rocking chair being like, I'm not getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a reverse action movie.
Yeah, basically. But they want to keep their influence. They're like influence peddlers, and who wants to give, again, you see it in every dictatorship ever. Not saying that that's what this is, but like, who wants to give up that power? And what, you just go back to being like
a lot of things fall apart because a lot of things hinge on these contracts. You know what I mean? You could be a guy that, you're just like, I just got this big construction contract coming up through some bullshit that they're hawking, and I'm about to clean 20 million. Like, I need this to happen.
Or imagine you're one of the chumps who bought Hunter Biden's artwork for fucking $500,000 to $1 million a pop for his fucking finger paintings. And the reason why you buy them is because you're like, hey, I'm doing you a solid here, man, and I'm gonna cash this in at some point.
Right. Now you've got a finger painting by like George Bush's nephew.
Also, it's crazy like that, because if they admit, they go, so we're kind of like all just admitting, they're like, okay, so Joe Biden's like mentally not there, but he's still the president.
I thought that a lot, because people are always like, I thought
your
that
doctor
so much.
Or like, dude, imagine your car mechanic is like, hey, so you bring your car in and they're like, yeah, this guy's like fucking cooked. And you go, can we get someone else to work on the car then if he's not capable? You go, no, like we have him for another 4 months. He has to work on your car. And you're like, I prefer not.
No, I mean, it really is like you working at like a hedge fund, and then you go in and then they're like, you apply for a promotion. There's no way this guy's fit for working here. And you're like, well, he does work here.
Yeah, and he's working on my thing.
He does currently work here.
He does currently work here. And he's locked in for another, like, whatever, 4 months. You're like, but can he do it? You go, it doesn't matter. He's here.
Because everyone's like, this guy can't be the president. You're like, well, he is.
He is right now. He's
currently that's always the president. A funny one.